I just wanted to let you guys know this is a kind of unique episode. This is a episode that we recorded that was supposed to be the first episode, but due to us not really liking it, we decided not to have it as our first episode. So instead, it's going to be our 5th episode. Even then, it was supposed to be our 5th. We were supposed to have a Christmas episode, but we had some difficulties doing it. So, I hope you really enjoyed this episode. We did edit it down a lot. So, I really hope you enjoy. So, cue a theme song! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of a new show called The Wholesome Crew. A show about being wholesome, about something percent of the time. I won't tell you that. We're not really that wholesome. I'm sorry. My name.
No, we are. Don't sell us short. It's the first episode. We need to sell the show to the people.
I am like off of a very short nap. We will show the people the time. We are very wholesome people. Actually, we are very wholesome people. That's why we're Wholesome Crew. We are. Oh. Okay.
It's fine. Is it that bothersome to you?
Like who turned
Sidney?
aesthetic? Well, because Craig is recording Discord audio, and Discord audio is not great. It's mostly
So
as
it'll be
insurance.
cut out, right? This can be easily cut out, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay, good. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about this then.
True.
And it's also a good running track, so like if I need to sync something, like somebody desynced or something, it's good there. That's the main reason why I try it out. Because Craig is really great as a sync track, because then I have the full call audio for it. And also, I need to turn up. Oh fuck! I'm turning up my volume, so you might want to turn me down on Discord. All right.
I
let's
think
get back.
you sound good now.
Okay. Now back to the episode. Well, fuck. Now where were we?
We need to say who we are.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is HorseGam. I am the boiling HorseGam. So
What?
don't ask what that means. I don't even know what it means.
Let him do his thing. Let him do his thing.
With me are my good friends and very wonderful people. We'll start from the top.
Hello, I am Des on the top, where I should be, my rightful place.
Please don't say that.
Okay, who's next? Who else do we have here?
You, Punchy, if you want to go by that.
Oh. You can just call me Punchy, I guess. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
And at the bottom, as always, maybe not all the time.
I'm Sidney, and
That's
don't call me a bottom.
Okay, bottom.
I'm okay.
Hello.
All right. Is it fine that I call you like a switch or anything?
I'm not a bottom,
Call him a GameCube.
So
What I got?
and I don't like the Nintendo Switch.
why don't you like the Nintendo Switch?
My controllers don't fucking work on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's, like my Nintendo Switch just broke like last week. Apparently I didn't notice it fell behind something, and one of the left analog stick on my Joy-Con just fucking snapped off.
But that's
I don't know
on
how,
you, though.
We're
We're
on
talking
me.
about manufacturing problems.
Okay, well, like my left Joy-Con just does not fucking connect at all. I don't know what even happened. It just decided to quit.
It might be like the. Is it charging when it connects to the switch
I don't know,
itself?
because before it just died, the light on it stopped working.
Oh my.
Simply
Okay,
throw your
that's
Switch out of the
that's quite the
window.
unfortunate combo.
Yeah. Because it might not be charging, which I don't know how to fix because there could be a multitude of reasons why it's not charging. I think
Yeah.
it might just be the. What are the? I don't know how to switch charges controllers. I'm not an expert.
You're not a Switch savant. Well,
No,
I
I'm not
fucking, I fucking, I didn't break it, but I did something that I cannot quite express with words to my screen when I went to America all those years ago. Fucking taking my Switch docked on the bag was not a good idea, so I do not
Why did
recommend it.
Why did you take your Switch dock? Were you like
I
planning?
don't- I think I was planning on connecting it to the TV of the hotel.
Wait, so you
I
kept
mean,
it?
it's a good
you kept
idea.
it inside of the dock, and it just rattled around with the dock like scratching the switch.
Yeah, I think it's the top part of the dock just pressed the screen.
Yeah. Like I don't think you shouldn't transport the dock
What?
itself, the dock with the Switch in it.
What? Why is this at
In it?
least the second time, or why has it happened more than once that Nintendo has made systems that scratch their own screens? Because like
Wait,
What's the other
my
time?
the
Oh, the
original
fucking
3DS
3DS.
model, it just eternally has just a line of the bottom screen touching the top screen.
Oh,
Oh, that did
Yeah,
not
so-
happen to my 3DS, and it is an old model, so
oh yeah.
Maybe I'm just
didn't
lucky.
you have like a really like shitty 3DS for a bit before you got your current one? Like it would like have a big like artifact in the middle.
Or yeah, it was just deeply fucking scratched in the middle of the bottom screen, and also it would just randomly, the top screen would just randomly have a fuck ton of dead pixels that just would kind of come in like every several months and then just disappear.
really?
Yes.
Like yeah, I don't get like screens cuz like I had for a while I had a TV that had like a really big dead pixel, a bunch of dead pixels and like towards the side of the screen, and like I remember one day it appeared because my cat knocked over my TV and I was like, I don't want to get a new TV, I'll just learn to deal with it. And I woke up like I've dealt with it for like a few years, and then I woke up and it was just like, oh, it's almost gone. What the hell
You know,
happened?
let me turn on my
Like-
old 3DS and see if there's a bunch of dead pixels on it.
Yeah, dead pixels.
You know, it's just. I think this is just proof that every couple of months we shift universes, and you just get your different DSs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Okay,
out of
okay.
battery.
Turn on your 3DS.
Oh,
Turn
cool.
on your 3DS. It has a fucking elbow dent in it.
Why would it have an elbow dent? What did you do?
Fucking slam it. I don't know.
You did
Fucking
like pro
apples and
wrestling?
brakes.
Did you like do wrestling moves on your 3DS at all? Like,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of doing wrestling moves on a 3DS, well, I used to take my DS to school, and this fucker knocked my DS to the ground. And now, I wasn't a violent kid, but if I was, that kid would not live another day. I was so livid. I could not. I had never felt such rage in my
So
life.
you weren't a violent kid, were you just like, I'm so angry, I'm going to debate this child?
No, I'm going to tell my mom, and she's going to debate your mom. That was the kind of child I was.
Fuck.
your mom was gonna get a debate? Wait, why was your mom's debate?
Is that like the mom version of, fuck you, my dad could totally beat up your dad?
I can't.
My dad does like 7 bench presses a day. I know
That's
not
the
a lot.
civilized version of my dad could beat yours in a fight.
Yeah, my dad's a firefighter, or well, in America it would be more like my dad's in the army. He has like 14
My
guns.
grandma could make your grandma cry.
Your grandma. It's so different from like the yo mama so.
It's like, my dad is so cool, he can beat up yours.
My dad's so
why would
cool.
people-
Chuck Norris joke here.
Nope, he's
Okay,
Chuck
what about the
Testa.
Chuck Norris memes where the second half of the joke is cut?
Yeah.
I have.
Like the bottom
What?
text
Oh
is
yeah.
just
So there was
gone.
this trend where people just realize like how people realize that Control-Alt-Delete comics are significantly funnier if you only have the first panel and the last panel. People just realize that Chuck Norris jokes are, or Chuck Norris image meme macros are way fucking funnier if you just cut off the bottom punchline. So it's usually just Chuck Norris being a confused old
Let me see if
man
I-
or doing insane acts of violence for no reason.
Let me see if I can find one.
I think it's just Chuck
I
Norris
remember
in
one
general.
that's just Chuck Norris died 12 years ago.
20 years ago. Here, I'll post it. You can have it on the episode.
I just looked up.
But yeah, what's up with fucking avoiding responsibility by saying, "Oh, my father, my mother"? Why don't we say, I could beat you up in a fight"? Like, are we really that unconfident in our own ability to win an argument?
What is even? Yeah, cause like, I don't get it. Maybe as a kid, like, you don't really have a lot to work with, like debating wise. Like,
You have not
Like-
built your skill tree yet.
yeah, you don't have anything. Like, You don't have it-
I was gonna post that one.
God damn it.
I threw a grenade and killed 50 people.
Like as a kid, like you don't have a lot to debate. I guess. Like, what are you gonna talk about? How-
I would like to disagree with that. I debated a lot about Power Rangers plot as a kid.
Why the Power Rangers plot? Like which the original Power Rangers?
I don't know. I think it was the dinosaur one.
Did you like debate about character power, or were you just like, there are so many plot holes. This plot is objectively bad.
Yeah, we sat down with our cups of coffee. No, we would just debate about whether we were lying or not about having watched the episode that aired yesterday. We'd just be like, "Oh yeah, and then this happened," and then we'd be like, "You're lying. I watched the episode. That did not happen."
No, they didn't do like a whole parody of like the original show where like they watched they literally watched an episode of the original show and then just say, "Wow, that's really weird," which is a real episode of Power Rangers that happened.
They should do that. They should do that with more shows.
Like with different versions. Like you want to watch like where they're in the people in Office watch the episode, like an episode from the original Office.
I bet you could make some like in-universe way for that to make sense. Like they're just watching camera footage or something.
Yeah,
And then reimagining the scene in their heads.
yeah. Like though the UK Office is like in universe a documentary. Same thing with the US one. I think there are even references in the original Office to the UK version, which I don't, because I never seen the show, so I don't know.
The first season of the US Office is kind of an adaptation of
Yeah,
the UK one.
Wait, the UK one came first?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
yeah. The UK Office is. I mean, some people really like the UK Office. I know for.
Some people like it, but I fucking don't.
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But I know it's like a classic thing in like British comedy, even though it's like 2 seasons and a Christmas special.
That's pretty
that wraps
long
up the
by
story.
British standards.
There's like 4 episodes in each
What are
season.
some other just fucking... Why is there an adaptation of this in another country? Because I think there's like a ton more fucking versions of The Office in other countries that no one knows about.
I saw one of them when I was looking on the Wikipedia page. Where is
I
it?
googled how many versions are there of The Office, and I see there are essentially 5 versions of Microsoft Office 2016.
I think there's 11. I think there's 11 versions of The Office. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 12, I'm sorry. So it's Canada, Chile, Czech Republic, Finland, France, Germany, India, Israel, Poland, and Sweden, and the UK and the US. But I think most of these versions did not last very long. Mostly last like 2 years, or not even one.
Wait, the German version, Stromberg, lasted fucking 8 years?
Yeah, it's... What?
The Czech Republic version lasted like 2 weeks.
Yeah, even like the German version actually came out before the US one.
Wow. Damn, Office
Like,
War.
Czech Republic version lasted from December 1st, 2014 to December 17th, 2014.
We should watch it if there are subtitles, just to like analyze what went wrong.
It's probably just kind of basic.
I know, like a lot of them are probably like just not successful or like something that people were looking for.
We need to talk about the Colombian version of Breaking Bad.
We need to talk about the Russian version of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yes, there is always It's Always Sunny in Moscow. That like one of the I think one of the episodes they adapted was like the first episode where they changed the joke of the gang being homophobic as them being the punchline to them just being homophobic, and that's just normal.
Oh,
Of course.
Okay, Rush.
I know there's been like really shitty like adaptations of British shows because saw the success of like The Office being turned into a successful American comedy, but didn't really think that it's probably more closer to British youths than American youths.
I guess The Office is... Well, I've never watched The Office, and I certainly don't know how the other adaptations of The Office are. But like, I believe the comedy is very tied to like the social climate of the country, so that may be why some of the some of the adaptations are so successful and so.
I just find it odd that there are that many adaptational versions, because like the American version didn't really like keep that much from like the base of The Office. Like, didn't it like veer off pretty quickly with the characterization of everyone?
Yeah, after the first season, I think the economic social conflict was like almost non-existent or doesn't really matter, and the competition of of work culture was gone from
So Office had a
original
plot.
I mean, it still has a plot. There's the whole Jim and Pam stuff.
I
And
just find it odd that it specifically was adapted that many times, because really the premise is just a workplace comedy that there's not much that you need to directly adapt from with the specific premise. You could just make a workplace comedy in an office without having to adapt The Office.
It would usually have the same, like, mockumentary style, wouldn't it?
yeah. Well, because there's Parks and Recs after that, like, did the workplace comedy, and, like, they do more workplace comedies after The Office, but they were like, but this time it takes place in a police precinct, and that's the base of a comedy show. Or
Well, speaking of funny comedy shows, did you ever, after watching an episode of iCarly, when Carly said, "Yo, go listen to go watch his live on this website," then I went to the website and there was just never anything there.
There was a website.
Yeah, but they were never live. It never actually happened. Fucking liars.
They had videos of the characters on the website.
Was it live when you went there? It was never
No.
live when I did.
it's never live. It's just old videos of like extra videos of the iCarly cast, except Miranda Cosgrove. For whatever reason, there's extra content of like was supposed to be like the iCarly show, but Carly herself does not appear at all in that. Well, she appears like towards the beginning of it.
There's a lot of controversy with the iCarly cast, so that may be why.
I mean, I think most of it involved Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
otherwise the cast wouldn't have returned for now the second run of their show. Because I think there's a third season of the new series coming that was announced.
Oh, good for them. I'm not watching it though.
It's like Big Bang Theory, but iCarly.
Kyrbii! Is Kyrbii there?
Kyrbii has not shown up.
Oh.
No. I think... Because I know someone interviewed him, and he was like... I think he said he doesn't want to come back because he was not treated well on that set. Because, do you know the story of, I don't remember the Kyrbii's actor, but, they took a fall in one episode, and,
No, that was a stunt double.
yeah, they made him fall from the ceiling, and he broke, I think, a couple ribs.
Oh shit! That episode where he falls from the ceiling?
Wait.
That happened?
Wait, so they had a stunt double for him?
Yeah. Yeah, to fall on the floor, on the fucking hard concrete floor, and broke multiple ribs.
How do they have stunt doubles for... How do they have stunt double for child actors? Do they just have, just really young-looking adult stunt doubles, or are there child stunt doubles?
I mean, I think Kyrbii would have been a teen at that point. You don't have to...
Do you remember that episode? Sam, you remember that episode where Sam just established a factory, a t-shirt factory where she just employed kids and fed them dog ration?
What?
That's real!
God, a lot of iCarly's plots are just wild.
That's what made it fun. It was really fun.
Yeah, I do think a lot of those shows of that era on Nickelodeon, at least Nickelodeon, had some really weird plots. I remember, I really loved Drake and Josh, because that was just a fun show.
Yeah.
I don't remember what other live action shows.
Well, you had Victorious. You had...
Oh, Christ.
What else did you have? You had Jessie some years down the line.
Those are probably around the same time.
No, it was a bit later.
Jessie
the big
was,
three
20...
were iCarly, Victorious, and Drake and Josh.
Yeah,
I would say.
Well, Drake and Josh never aired at the same time
Not simultaneously.
same time as iCarly. Because I think iCarly replaced Drake and Josh because Miranda Cosgrove was in both series, and she can't be.
Yeah, that's true. I always did wonder, because they were airing concurrently here, so I did always wonder. If they were the same person or not, because they did look very similar.
Because other shows on that era, at least on the Disney now, I loved the shows in that era on the Disney Channel because we had Jessie, Wizards of Waverly Place, Shake It Up.
Oh, I forgot about that
Good Luck,
Wizards
Charlie.
show. Yeah, it's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the show where they turned one of the characters into a girl for half the final season, I think.
Did that instill ideas within you?
No, I was just what happened to the actor? They just replaced him entirely. But they'll kept the characters. They were the character transformed into a woman using magic, and they don't know how to turn him back. They're Maxine now.
Oh no,
so,
I can't turn back into a boy. Oh no, I'm so distressed.
Oh no. Oh, we forgot. No, wait. Go. What was that fucking boat and also hotel show? Something and Cody.
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The second
Zack and
half.
Cody. That was so good. Holy shit. I'm remembering all of this right now. God damn.
I never saw most of these besides iCarly and Drake and Josh. And I think I'm very okay with that.
I mean, I personally find a lot of these shows still really good, even though they're really products of their time. I remember Good Luck Charlie.
Good luck, Charlie.
Was touted to its final season they introduced two characters that were that caused so much controversy on the Disney Channel because
Really?
they had two had a lesbian couple move in the neighborhood next to the main family, and it was like a big deal because it was the first gay couple on the Disney Channel, and I remember people were losing it. Not in like the good way, but in the bad way. People were irate.
Yeah, I can see that. You were gonna say something, Punchy?
It's just HorseGam and I had the same thought.
The irate gamer.
We should have him on the podcast.
Yeah, let's go get Chris Spores.
Yeah, Punch, you remember that time, that time like years ago,
Yeah.
we were just in a Discord call alone, and I just, in the middle of the night, and I just put in the music player bot just a playlist of all irate gamer episodes, and then you just like fell asleep for 40 minutes while that was playing, and I just sat there
Yeah.
listening to all of the irate gamer episodes.
We just listened through all of it,
The one part I
Yeah.
really remember from that is just hearing him review Super Smash Bros. Brawl and complaining that the Wiimote and Nunchuck was a bad controller for Smash Bros. Brawl, but then saying, but fortunately, you can use the Wiimote sideways.
We should have an episode of this podcast where we just have every episode of the irate gamer playing quietly in the background.
Now, I'm not really sure what a shit-eating grin looks like, but if I had to guess, this would be it.
Oh yeah, let's we should talk about Wikipedia list of unusual deaths. That's one of my favorite pages.
Yeah.
But have I shown you the unusual deaths page before?
I've seen it.
No, I've never. No, I don't think I have ever seen it.
Hold on, there's like one specific one we need to bring up.
Yeah, my favorite fucking death involving the funny
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. There's a dog
Random
event.
poodle event. Okay, HorseGam, you wanna narrate this in for the first time that you're reading it?
Alright, a poodle named Kachi in
Cabalito, Buenos Aires.
Calabito, Buenos Aires fell 13 floors and hit Marta Espina, 75, killing both instantly. In the course of events, Edith Sola, 46, came to see the incident and was fatally hit
Okay.
by a bus.
What?
Identified man who witnesses her death.
Wait, I can't make it out. You need to restart that sentence.
Okay, a dog fell on a lady, and then a guy who came to see what
my-
happened got fucking killed by a bus, and then another man who also saw this had a heart attack and
This
fucking
is just
died.
such an unexplainable event because, like, it just sounds like it's from a comedy movie, but also, like, it's never explained.
What the fuck?
What was the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
Like, did the poodle just happen to fall? Was the poodle curious? Did someone toss the poodle down? And then just at the end of it, a man died who couldn't even be identified. This man just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Let me see what the most recent death is.
Poodle incidents.
What the fuck were people doing in Buenos Aires?
If we ever get a time machine, we should definitely check out what the fuck was going on in
No,
Buenos
we'll
Aires,
die. No,
Cabalito.
we can't see.
Actually,
We can't
read
see it.
read this death out. It just sounds like a fucking like Ace Attorney case, or just like the obviously fake cover up.
A 28-year-old man in Rachels Bernardo, San Diego, California, is believed to have been using a knife to mix protein powder in a container of water while driving. The man lost control and crashed into a parked car. When he struck the parked car, his car's airbag propelled the knife into his neck, fatally killing him. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at this. This is an actual dead person.
Like, I love how many questions, like, most of these unusual deaths raise. Like, why? How was he so busy that he had to be mixing his protein powder while driving, and the only thing he had on hand was a lethal knife?
I'm going
What
to
the fuck?
That's
This is
true.
like a Final Destination like death. This is like something you would like believe like a true stupid person would do, and like, oh, I am so full of myself. I gotta pick my protein powder with this dangerous pocket. I didn't thinking this is like a pocket knife.
I think
like,
I remember there being like a death that was like used to be on here but was removed, or like had details like just removed from the description, that was like a very old man driving who crashed into a fire hydrant, which started spraying everywhere, and as he like got out of his crashed car, he fell into a sinkhole caused by the fire hydrant and drowned, and this was on the old man's birthday.
Fuck.
I'm reading some of this list. There's one I really like. This is January 24th, 2002. During a tennis doubles match at the Australian Open, a powerfully struck forward hand by French player Michael Liordra hit a bird that crossed the path of the ball. In response, the players threw down their rackets and nailed down around the bird into a promptu funeral. And then the ceremony had to be ended by a court official who asked the players to resume the match. I just think that's a little funny. It's just like, why? Like, they're like having a tender moment about this bird who died, and the court marshals, the people on the court were like, "Hey man, we have a schedule to keep. I don't give a shit about this bird."
I also like how the column with the names of the victims just says unnamed bird.
What's unnamed feral pigeon?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's unnamed. No, it doesn't have a difference. It says unnamed bird, not unnamed feral pigeon.
Unnamed feral pigeon would be like an alright band name. like a garage band.
Welcome to my band set. Unnamed feral pigeon plays fucking the shittiest riff you ever heard.
I like some of these super fucking old deaths that like no one can really even be sure if they happened or people are just making shit up. Like this one pre-Socratic philosopher who wrote a poem where he declared himself to be a divine being, no longer mortal, and so he tried to prove this by jumping into a volcano, and he did that. But like even if he was immortal, like what would he have done when he got to the bottom of the volcano?
Maybe he's still
Yeah,
there.
like we don't like has anyone checked?
Well,
I like the idea of just an immortal being just sitting there.
Yeah,
for
like there
ages.
was this one just inside joke on the like a meme subreddit going around of just some guy who was like, I'm immortal, and then went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench and just like suffocated but was still immortal, and then people just made a bunch of memes of the piranhas seeing their infinite source of food being stolen by scientists. Just this chronology about this hypothetical immortal dude at the bottom of the ocean.
the immortal
That's
dude.
true. Technically, if we find out the answer to immortality, instead of using it on us, if we use it on cows, don't we technically have infinite?
Oh, okay. Do you wanna go to McDonald's and see your burger wiggle? Huh? Do you want?
Yeah, it's fresh off the cow. The cow won't die. It's like Wolverine. It's like the Wolverine of cows. It's like the cow won't die, so we cut it open, take some stuff out, and it heals instantly. Never run out of steak. Freshly brown, cut from the McDonald's. They have a little room for the cow. That would be awful.
Ah, yes, incomprehensible horrors beyond comprehension. Or whatever the meme is. Human-made
Hey,
horrors.
remember when the first emperor of China tried eating immortality pills and died because they were pills of mercury?
He didn't die, he just ascended, and now we can't
Claims to
see
gain
him.
eternal life. Dies anyway.
Yeah, that's his iconic line.
This one death is kind of funny. Sam Bullard, 29, died from something after eating a garden slug as a dare 8 years earlier.
Oh, 8 years earlier.
Oh yeah, I read about that, and he ate it and then immediately went into a brain damaged comatose state and then died after 8 years
Oh my god.
from eating a fucking garden slug.
Slug.
Well, I'm reading one from the 1500s of a guy dying by snapping his neck by tripping over his 4.5 foot long beard.
Oh. Yeah, some of these are kind of really sad. You know?
That's right, HorseGam. It is sad. But not as sad as our viewers will be if they don't use code 1234 Go Fuck Yourself to get 33% off a 1-year subscription to Surfscape Raidtopia Impact. That's right, it's the hit new platformer kart racer crypto-based MMO JRPG that's been sweeping the nation, and it's finally coming to Nintendo Wii. With our code 1234 Go Fuck Yourself, you can get up to 32% off your lifespan. Oh wait. Oh, they canceled on us? Fuck.
Yeah, if we had an ad break, our ad break was go there. Also, introduce yourself.
Introduce myself. Hi, I'm Kyrbii. I was going to be here when it started, and then I fell back asleep for an hour because I was tired. I'm the if stuff is still the setup the way that I think it is, I'm the third host.
Yes.
Good job as the third host, sleeping through everything.
You're like the third main character. Like we were saying this earlier. You're like the third main character who
I'm like the
in
person who gets introduced later than everyone else.
Where you just watch the anime opening and you're like, who the hell is this guy? When they're gonna appear?
And you don't see them for three episodes.
And then they appear as if they're going to be a minor antagonist when you know that's not going to be fucking the case.
Yeah. Kyrbii, remember the Berserk movies where in the openings it just showed characters who don't appear in the movies?
I remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did they show?
I'm trying to remember which. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Kyrbii. They them.
Oh yeah, we forgot to do pronouns.
Back to the
we didn't do the pronouns.
Back to the discussion.
Okay, I we as.
Yeah, I'll probably put them in the
communist.
description in case anybody's wondering.
This is more of a pilot. This is more of a pilot than anything, right? Don't let Jordan Peterson find out about the pronouns.
Save the episode because we didn't have anything to talk about, so we just talked about sitcoms, and then I brought up the Wikipedia unusual deaths page because it's old reliable.
He's just talking about the firefighting death incident.
Oh, he's talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, Jess, you want to start that story again?
Okay, so do you want me to resume the story?
You can start from the top.
You want me to start from the beginning? Okay. So, background information. My mother is a firefighter, and people usually tease her because she likes to speak with the people they transport, which should be a normal function for a firefighter, but apparently it's not. So, she was called for a service because they apparently really needed her for that service. So she just gets there, and the point of the situation is there's this guy who works in this garage, and he's really stressed out because I mean his wife came to visit him and then she just fell asleep in the garage, and if the next morning his boss comes in and sees his wife there, the wife of the guy who is distressed about it, he's gonna fire the guy who is distressed about it. So he really needs to wake his wife up, but he just can't get his wife to wake up. So he called the firefighters as if they're gonna be able to do anything. And said firefighters thought, hey, what if we call her this firefighter who is really good at talking to people? Allegedly, I don't know, I'm not there. So my mother gets there, and these firefighters are just giggling. I mean, they're just giggling about it.
Oh.
And I should say, this was a story that was told to me by my mother after she came back, and she was really happy telling this story as if she had just been pulled a funny little prank. So yeah, then she's trying to wake up this woman. She doesn't wake up. Then she says, okay, I'm gonna have everybody leave and only me and you are gonna stay in this room so you can talk to me. It's fine, you can open up. So everybody leaves and they are just giggling and my mother doesn't understand why. And so then the medic comes, like the doctor finally arrives, and then he does the vitals thing, like he places the things to check the vitals, and the woman is just dead. And then that's where my mother finds out she was pulled a prank, except this prank involved the corpse and the husband was not in on it, and the firefighters were all just giggling about it.
Fuck?
The lack of self-awareness.
That is
right.
Dead person. Yeah. That's like that. That's like something fucking Sam Pepper guy would do as like a joke, and then people would get really mad at him. But they just did that, and they just did that, and just it was completely real.
Like, yeah, those firefighters would be big YouTubers in 2012.
It's just an average day in Portugal.
No, that's not normal, Punchy. No, I think it's not.
What if this is just normal in Portugal? So you go to like take someone's X-ray, and then they just and then all your coworkers are like, you took X-ray of a dead person, got him. The classic corpse prank. You've been fooled again.
An X-ray, and then they're like, I pranked you. The guy has no bones, and then you're just like his skeleton.
Yeah, we took all his bones out
walks
beforehand.
in,
Got him.
Says hi.
But I think the most messed up part is that the husband did not know they were joking about it.
The fuck?
The firefighters knew they knew the woman was dead, but they just kept this bit up so that they could prank my mother.
Why would you want to?
The husband.
Yeah.
They were just giggling in front
Like
of the
he
husband.
could file a lawsuit.
Yeah,
though.
like I mean, I guess I don't think that there's any specific law saying you can't prank someone by pretending a dead person is alive, but like, what the fuck?
They're firefighters. That's like
put yourself in my shoes. You're in the car with your mother. She's telling you this story as if it was a very funny prank. Then she finishes telling the story. Yeah, she thought it was the funniest.
What the fuck's going on in Portugal?
I'm just sitting there like. I'm just sitting there like, how do you want me to react to this story, mother? You do realize this is very disturbing. No?
Well, maybe you are like the evolved maybe you are evolved Portuguese person. You still laugh at mutilated genitals, but you won't laugh at like a dead person prank.
Okay, that requires a lot of context. that
I don't think that needs any context.
No, we're not gonna explain it till a lot later.
Okay,
We
no,
gotta establish the lore.
What's like the Portuguese insanity starter pack? We got like dead people, the corpse pranks. We got mutilated genitals in this WhatsApp or Snapchat or whatever, and
Yeah.
we got what are
chickens.
like, the other fucking just
Those
bizarre shit you like showed me about the news, like is your like prime minister like an insane person?
Oh, wait. I have one more to add in there. Can you add just the word ketchup steak in there and don't
What?
explain it? Yes, you
I
remember
barely
that, right?
remember that.
I do. I'm just trying to remember what the Prime Minister
There was this
incident
time.
is.
There was this time where Des said that everybody in Portugal eats ketchup with their steak. Like,
Okay,
sorry, steak
not
with,
everyone.
steak
It's
with
not
ketchup.
everyone, but it's normal. Just putting ketchup on your
But
steak.
but you said it was normal to put like ketchup on your steak, and we were all getting really mad.
normal.
We were like, "What the fuck is happening in Portugal?"
It's normal. Like, why do you not put ketchup in your steak? That's just normal.
I'm not gonna get into this debate because I'm gonna reach through the screen and kill you. if I have to hear I have
Ketchup
to
is
hear
just,
about
like,
it again,
really,
but yeah,
like,
add that to the
put
tier
shitty
list.
vinegar, like it's like shitty like tomato flavored vinegar, right? Like it's something.
Maybe you just have bad ketchup.
No, I don't think we have bad.
Ketchup is ketchup. Ketchup is ketchup. There's like nothing.
Like,
there is no difference between any
what's ingredients in your
ketchups. They all
ketchup?
taste the same.
Well, that just tells me your ketchup is wrong, because there's clearly
Okay.
sweet ketchup and
What,
salty
sweet ketchup? What the
What?
fuck is sweet?
What?
I think
Yeah.
What?
sweet
Sweet
ketchup, is
ketchup-
like some
sweet ketchup and
shitty-ass
salty
Heinz or
ketchup?
something. Like,
Salty ketchup. I've never heard of ketchup being salty, because usually like the stuff you're putting ketchup on is salty, so you don't want it to like fries or something.
Maybe your tongue is just wrong.
so you don't want it to be salty. Wait, so but okay. Usually, if I'm gonna put something on a steak, I'll like at most the most I'll put on a steak is like I'll pan sear it in butter. And like if someone and if someone really fucks up the steak and they make it like well done or something, I'll maybe
so
ask
they-
for like
they
some
fucked
steak
up
sauce.
The steak,
I definitely-
they did a well done job. That contra-
Yeah.
Wow, I make you a steak and you fucking decide just yell at me
And I said, well done.
because
Well done.
That should-
No. I mean, I wouldn't be mean about it. I would just go grab I would just ask for like steak sauce or something. 'cause
now I
well
know
done
if
is-
I ever
You ever
make,
had
like,
a
now
well
if I
done
make you a
steak?
steak, I know I done it wrong when you get up.
Okay, now I'm
Like,
That's
if
no-
anyone
like,
makes you a steak for getting steak
I'm
sauce, it's just gonna be an insult.
I'm imagining like, what if you like go to a?
As long as you just like keep it
I'm
kind of
just
rare, it'll be
imagining
fine.
how, like, what would you do hypothetically? What would you do if you went to a steakhouse and you saw like their menu of their options for steak, and you see like rare, medium rare, well done, and then under well done is just you are winner, and you like order that out of curiosity, and like 1 hour later you get back like a Vanta black colored steak.
It's like it's just a lump of
Is it
coal.
just like?
Just
Is it
this
just
black
like? It's like.
void? Just this black void of a steak. Like,
It's
would
just
you,
the cow's
would you ask
ashes.
for a refund, or would you be just like impressed?
I would just be like, well, I guess I ordered it, but I'm not going
What
to
if they
eat
give you-
this, so I'll
Like,
just.
It probably could be like a weapon. Like I feel like if you like threw it at someone, it'd probably like
A weapon
break
to
open
negotiate.
into like a combustible. It'd be like a grenade for how much fucking heat's in it.
Yeah.
It would be a grenade
my
of
God.
cancer. I'm telling you that just straight up.
If we're talking about cooking, can I tell a funny cooking story?
Wait, before you start the story, Sidney, is this the thing you were talking about about our prime minister?
Or yeah,
Our
you were
president.
saying like showing like when like fucking COVID started, like the prime minister was just like cabinet was singing like the worst fucking song ever, as the prime minister just looked incredibly depressed.
Oh no, that's the Brazilian prime minister.
I thought you sent that to me like when you were talking about the Portuguese prime minister.
The classic blend of two.
No, that was the
The
Brazilian.
You
classic.
know, Brazil.
So Kyrbii,
Portugal
what's
just
your
eats-
cooking story?
Oh, my cooking story is that. Okay, my cooking story is that I was in the
Why are you
woods,
cooking in the
and
woods? Be in
I
the
was
kitchen.
cooking. I was, well, because I was camping. because I was camping.
You wanna make a
I was
fire?
cooking eggs, and I was cooking for eggs for my friend who she kind of likes eggs, and I was like, and I don't remember how it came up. We were just talking about eggs because cooking, and then I was like, eggs are pretty much just chicken periods, right? And after that, she didn't want her eggs anymore, and she has, to my knowledge, has never eaten eggs again.
Okay, I have a similar story.
To my knowledge, she has never eaten eggs again.
Fucking cowardice.
We were doing this science project where we were talking about eggs. It was about eggs. So it consisted in having these eggs under a very high temperature lamp throughout the school year. Not the school year, like a month or two. And then chicken would hatch, like chicken babies. Like the fucking...
Oh, no.
You know the thing.
Yeah, I know.
And then
this is gonna
one
end
of them
poorly, isn't
was
it?
just born in a vegetative state, and another one of them wasn't even born. Like we cracked open the egg, and there was just this half existing chicken, half egg.
Some like the final boss of Bloodborne, pretty much, or
Yes,
something.
yes. The final boss of Bloodborne hatched from this egg, and I just didn't eat eggs for a month or two.
That is, I mean, I definitely feel that. Sometimes you just like, actually, I have another funny story where I see. Have any of y'all ever eaten pork belly?
I'm not
I
sure.
think so, yeah.
Okay, the pork belly that I buy is from like this nice Asian import market, but like it doesn't have the skin cut off, so there's still like pig skin on it, like not like chicken skin like the type you'd eat, but like pig outside of their body skin with like hair still on it.
Oh.
And obviously you have to cut that off because you can't eat that. But it's just like it's just weird because it looks. Sorry.
It reminds you.
Oh my god. Sorry. I'm drinking a fucking root beer. That's what happened.
Well done.
Yeah. So it's just weird because I was just like cutting it the other day. I was like, this just feels like human skin, and it looks like human skin.
Yeah, I think pigs are often used to,
Yeah.
because pig skin is often used as a replacement for human skin.
It also felt like a football though,
And,
so I guess that's why
Football
they call
lore?
it pig skin. Yeah, football. Okay, Des. Actually, Des, how much do you know about American football?
You can't pass the ball backwards.
Did you know that the football used to be made out of like pig skin? Like that's
Oh.
why it's called the pig
Okay, that
skin.
makes sense.
Yeah.
What did they
It's
put
explained.
inside of the
Yeah.
pig skin?
also,
Yeah, lore. I have no fucking idea.
it's a bladder. It used to be like I think it might have been like an animal bladder.
Old timey Americans
bladder?
playing with fucking mutilated pig.
Yeah, what fucking psycho in America was like, I have a bladder, I have some pig, I have like this skin I cut off my screaming
Imagine
dying pig. I'm gonna stitch it.
morphed an
I'm gonna
animal.
stitch it
imagine,
back
like,
together.
the first ever like football toss was like this crazy farmer like going up to their child being like, here, catch, and then like the child turns their head and sees flying towards them this bloody sewn up skin of a pig with with this fucking bladder inside, and then it just hits their face and splashes.
Yeah, it's a pig.
Splashes piss everywhere.
It's not a full bladder. They inflate it with air, and then
That's like that
they
would be
cover it
one
with
way to
skin-
prank your
and then cover
child.
it in leather. Mm-hmm. And then sew it
Yeah,
up.
that makes
Okay, I have a wish.
sense. It's still
I think all
yeah.
balls were once animal bladders. I think even the soccer. Sorry, British people.
Yep. Hey, I was going to say about like just what Des was saying about just eggs in school reminded me of there was this one high school event where we had our homeroomers had a project of trying to make like a little structure to drop an egg from like 20 or 30 feet, like from like the from like a high place in the school down to the floor without it breaking to cushion it. And so I was like the one who was like doing a lot of the thinkering of how to make that, and then I was like, yeah, mine didn't break. So then we went back, and I was just dropped the egg into the garbage bin of the classroom, and that just didn't break. So I'm like, huh. So I pick it up, throw it into the bin. It didn't fucking break or crack at all, and I was so confused.
Was it
Yes,
a real egg, or was
I
it
just
like they
had
were
to
prank?
throw it
Okay.
really hard into the fucking bin for it to break.
Yeah, eggs are weird
Yeah.
sometimes.
Okay, speaking of eggs, I have
Yeah.
another funny story regarding eggs.
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna get too much into the details because it would require a lot of time, but there's this academic tradition where we do funny things, and one of them is keeping an egg pet for months. And if we break the egg, we need to get another one that looks the same, because we also dress up our eggs. And then COVID happened, and I just happened to leave my egg in the fucking school locker. So it just
Oh no,
stood there
Des. Oh no.
for all of lockdown.
Oh no.
And then I go back to school after lockdown, and it just wasn't rotten. It didn't
Oh.
smell bad. The egg was just, it was a holy egg. It
Did
did
they-
not rot.
And the egg wasn't like pre-boiled or anything. It was just
No.
an egg. Okay.
It was just an egg. I just took it from the cartridge, dressed it up, walked around with it for a month or two. Then COVID happened. It was left in the locker, and it did not rot.
That's interesting.
Attached.
This is like a secret Portuguese
you-
egg.
Or, like, were you able to tell if it wasn't rotting, like, from the outside with that?
It would smell real bad.
It
It
would
would
smell.
smell.
I did not have
You would
experience with
like if
rotten
you.
eggs.
I used to live kind of on a farm, and I will say that they fucking reek more than anything else when they start rotting. I have another kind of funny unrelated school story. There was sorry to just go between like story to story to story here. It's just something I was
cool.
thinking
It's
about.
fine.
We're
So,
finding
like,
the pace of
yeah,
the
so-
podcast.
Yeah. So like there was this time I was in a call with Punchy and Yensid, and I don't remember how this came up, but there was a video.
Yancy, this
Sydney,
is
sure,
Sydney
yeah.
here.
And there was a video that came up that was like, I don't remember why, but I just saw it, and it was like, stupid fucking idiot Bigfoot believer gets owned over the phone, and I'm like, oh, that has like 1 million views, and I look and I'm like, that is my 8th grade science teacher. that is my 8th grade science teacher getting owned for believing
Wait, did
in
you
Bigfoot.
know that?
That's really odd. Yeah, I know. I knew who he was. I was like, that's.
No,
I don't want to
like,
say his name because I don't want to get doxxed.
Like,
but
when you were like in the science class, was he like, all right? And so,
yeah. He said, like he showed us like in science class he had like these big moles that he got from like that he himself made in the forest with like his like I think he thought they were real, but I don't know if they were real. That like he had like Bigfoot like footprint molds, like like dinosaur footprints. He had like a few of those that he would show. So I definitely knew, and he talked about Bigfoot
did he have
a lot.
any other
So I definitely
bizarre,
also
like was he a flat earther or
he
something?
okay. There was the funny story. Yeah. No. He like generally he was a pretty good scientist, but there were these 2 funny things that I could think of in class where so that was when we had sex ed, right? And there was a point where during sex ed we were just seeing like pretty much an entire video of a real baby being born, like from an inside and then outside, and then like the baby was coming out, and we were all like, ugh, that's gross. That he was like, oh, it's going back in, and he was rewinding. He's like, oh, it's coming back out. Oh, it's going back in. It's coming back out. And he was like fast forwarding it and rewinding it to like make it go back in and come back out really
Absolute
fast.
psycho.
And everybody in the class was just screaming, and like one kid I think almost was like, I'm gonna throw up. But like he still
what
did
happened with
this.
sex
Adam
ed in your
Sandler's
school?
clique.
Well, this was like
Adam Sandler just goes
He
to
presses
a
the click.
hospital and does
Adam
that.
Sandler walks up to the maternity ward and presses the click remote to fucking.
What if he made the Bigfoot
Yeah?
molds himself by taking his giant Sora feet and sticking them in cement?
That's why he was standing behind the desk for the whole class. There was another time where, let me think, because that was like a funny class. I feel like, I don't want to say too much because like I don't want people to be able to figure out who it is, but I don't think it'll really be an issue. But just in case, there was this time where he showed us like a video of it was one of those PSA videos from the 80s where it's like, do not go into the river or you will drown, and there was this really funny bit where this guy was going into the river and he was drowning. It was like acting, of course. It was really bad acting, and they cut to his friends screaming and crying over his corpse, but it was like very obviously a styrofoam mannequin they threw in the river, and at that moment like everyone in the class just started laughing really, really hard because it was so obviously a styrofoam mannequin.
How much of a problem was
What's that?
just with children drowning in rivers that they had to play a PSA video about it?
Well, it wasn't just children. It was just like in general, like people can. I mean, hell, like hell, people still drown in rivers all the time, right? So it's just like it was more a video about like, hey, rivers can look calm, but you can get your foot caught a pocket of like air pulling down, and then you're just fucked and you're gonna die. So keep an eye out for that.
Every year, 17 dozen mannequins drown in rivers.
Every year, Slender Man falls into the
I'm just
river.
remembering how I just saw like a news article, just imagining like river drownings being such a massive problem that remind me of like I saw a news article of my county officials hope to reduce the number of children falling out of windows, and I'm like, that's a political issue that we need to face now.
What?
I'm sorry. Okay, so I was talking about this out loud, and then the person behind me, hearing about the river thing, just said a man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
A man has fallen in love with a man in Lego City.
It was Lego City.
Yeah, like the local news is very weird in some places because like it's really weird.
Officials hope to reduce the number of children falling out of windows.
I remember in my local news, like it was a big deal like a few months ago of because we have coyotes where I live. A coyote got into a community and like it bit a child, or I don't know if it killed a child. I think it attacked a child. I don't think it killed it. And like people were like, oh my god, where's this coyote? People were so scared. It's like, just let it just leave it be. It should leave on its own.
Yeah, it's a coyote,
And like, it's like, how is it so slow as like a coyote? Just be careful. Like we see coyotes all the time.
It's like you living in like, it's not. Would it be considered the South? I guess because like we had coyotes where I used to live too, which was pretty close to like the. I guess since I don't live there anymore, it doesn't matter. But like pretty close to like the California-Mexico border, but that wouldn't be considered the South. So I don't know.
It's technically the South.
Okay.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
The South.
Okay. Cool.
Like the single coyote.
Yeah.
Like it was just like people were treating it like a boogeyman.
What was there on the phone ding?
Thanks, phone. I forgot to silence my phone.
Thank you, iPhone.
Yeah, it was like people were treating the coyote as a boogeyman, like keep an eye out for the coyote. But the dumbest thing that I ever thought about that whole story was just like so people were just feeding the coyote. Like there was some family or something just just leaving food. They fed the coyote, and the coyote just kind of. That's the reason why the coyote was there.
Yeah.
It was just it ate something from somebody.
Oh, I saw a bear on my property once. It was really cool.
Did you kiss him?
I know, like seeing animals on your property is great.
Yeah.
Like I have bunnies in my area.
Bears are a little. Oh my god! I remember there was this one time. Speaking of rabbits, I was going up to my friend's house, and there was this huge, just absolute fat rabbit just sitting there, and it's just this white. I'm gonna delete the. I'm gonna actually go into your house and delete all the recordings now.
Wait, what did he say?
Because he said that. He just said big, and I knew exactly what he was referencing.
I just said it was a
Big cat.
Post pretty. Post bear instantly. Bears are okay, but anyhow, so there's this fat little rabbit sitting outside my friend's house, and I was like, I go to knock on his door. I was like, oh, that's a nice rabbit you have. There's like, I don't have a rabbit. What are you talking about? I'm like that rabbit right there, and it's like this huge like overweight rabbit just sitting on his front lawn, just chilling. And he's like, oh, that's not mine. It was just this. It was just. Thank you.
This is gonna date
thank
us.
you.
Everybody's
Cry
gonna know
now.
now that this episode's is being recorded in 2020.
Everybody's gonna. Yeah, they're gonna know this came out. We're gonna know we recorded this in 2018, and we're only releasing it now.
You guys
Yeah,
hear?
this is from
You
2004.
guys hear about that gorilla that they just killed in the zoo? Cause some stupid kid jumped in there. It was fucking. I feel bad for that.
Yeah, wouldn't it be
bad
funny
for
if
that
they all got
gorilla.
stuck in our houses for a year because...
We've already mentioned COVID and lockdown previously in the episode. It's not gonna work.
Fine, let's just believe that it's just 2020. So like, oh man, it's been
I
year.
had another animal story relating to coyotes that I wanted to tell. There was a time when I was a kid. I was leaving my house in California, and I see this cute cat on the lawn, and I'm like, "Oh, it's a cute cat. He's sleeping in the grass." And I kind of go up to him, and I realized that that's only the top half of the cat, and the bottom half of the cat is on the other side of the lawn. And there's blood everywhere, and that's when it hits me that there's blood everywhere, and I'm like,
That sure was a
oh
twist.
boy, because it was kind of like I was just like focusing on the cat, and I think I like saw the blood, but because I was so young, I didn't really process that was what it was, before looking at the cat, and it was just like, ugh, yeah.
Yeah, coyotes
Coyotes are crazy.
Yeah, because like I can't imagine living where like in the Southwest.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the Southwest.
Yeah,
like,
Southwest.
Where SoCal and because like my part of my family lives in Arizona, and like I remember like we had to deal like going there. Like I would be like on the lookout for snakes, and like because snakes are a big problem I know over there. And like I am I don't like the idea of snakes. I don't.
Yeah.
I've never actually.
Oh, I've
like,
seen snakes.
Seen one. I've seen snakes, but like mostly in like zoos.
I watched a
and,
snake
like,
for a rat once.
Oh my god, that reminds me of the time my stepdad was showing me a rat getting killed by a snake like in real life, and he was just laughing. And like me and my siblings were all crying, and he was just laughing. He thought it was funny.
Oh wait, no. My science teacher actually
Slurp.
had a pet snake.
Oh, on the topic of weird pets, I had a pet snake too. That was why we had to feed him rats.
Yeah, because like I don't know, that just sounds kind of weird to me. It's like, all right, here's this frozen rat we have in like the because like people keep them in the freezer and like
frozen. They weren't frozen for me. They were very much alive.
Well,
oh,
They were very much
yeah.
alive and
for, like, the
sentient.
frozen rats, did you put like a little did you put like a little popsicle stick in them?
Well, it's the tail. It's the tail.
No, why?
Or like with their tail.
Yeah.
Their tail
Yeah,
be, like,
the
straight
popsicle
out.
stick is the tail.
With their tail be like straight out and hard, and you could just like carry them like a little popsicle.
Okay. What's the strangest
yeah.
pet you've had?
My brother.
What's the strangest pet you've had?
Tarantula.
I imagine you walking
My
your brother
incest
around.
cats.
Your incest cats. Oh, I mean that's nuts.
My cats were siblings and they had kids.
Is that why
this is my
Amelia
other-
is so deformed?
No, Amelia has no relation to them.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know, but
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
about...
my older cats were like they were brother and sister when we got them, but
Mhm.
we kept delaying when we were gonna fix them. I guess that's a weird way of saying it. Fix them, and like they had, and then we noticed, oh, the sister was pregnant, and we were like, oh, what the fuck do we do now?
Yeah.
It's like we just had incest cat incest.
The-
Luckily, none of the kids were deformed when we had them.
I had an albino parakeet that got sucked out the front door, never to be seen
Suck-
again.
Who sucked them out?
Aw.
How did he?
My father.
Sucked
How
him
did
out.
you-
Don't say it like that.
Suck up.
Don't say it like that.
I was thinking that. But like,
The weirdest pet I had was a pet tarantula.
Yo,
Or
son.
actually, it's between the it's between the pet tarantula and the pet like entire box of ants. Whichever one you
I'm
think
just
is
imagining
weirder.
like a
the
cardboard
pet tarantula.
box, like not like one.
No,
of
it was
those,
like- it was like-
like a
An ant farm.
It was like an ant farm.
vertical little like strategy game looking things of ants, but just a cardboard shoebox just with a bunch of ants in it.
The pet tarantula, I felt really bad for him. He was cool though, but he only had like 4 legs left because his
What?
legs kept on falling off, and
What?
they don't
The
grow
legs
back.
fell
Wait, I
off.
thought
So
I thought
he
that,
only had like
legs
4
fall,
legs
like, when
left.
they get really
Become
hungry,
human.
they just like eat their own legs because they grow back. I didn't know that.
Oh, actually, maybe they do grow
Your
back. I don't know.
tarantula
I just
was
know when I
defective.
had him, he didn't have that
It's
many
factory
legs.
resetted.
Well, okay, the tarantula I got him was like I went to a private school when I was a kid, and we had like a school pet, and every once in a while someone would get to take home the school pet if we went on break. Mostly it was like volunteer. I volunteered, because I
It was
liked
a tarantula?
animals. That's what that
What the fuck? I would
yeah, it was a
not take that
tarantula. I mean,
bitch home.
that was the same way I got the
Did
snake.
some, like-
Okay.
did
To
some,
be
like,
fair,
asshole kid go like and just like take the legs.
I don't know.
Steal 'em.
I don't know how he. I don't know how his legs disappeared, but if you say if you say their legs grow back, I'll probably believe it because that would make more sense than him just for no
Okay,
reason
but I
not
have a
having any
question.
legs.
Were you all?
Grow back twice as long as
Did they
before.
force you to take the fucking tarantula
That would be
home?
funny. No. I wanted to take the tarantula home. Like it was like it wasn't like you randomly just like, okay, you get the pet, and even if you can't take care of it, fuck you. It was like you kind of volunteer for it,
Fuck
and then they
you.
pick from those people. And I think I was the only one who wanted the
Okay,
spider.
yeah,
It was weird.
tarantulas
So-
can like regenerate legs when they molt.
There was a point where he had no legs at all.
what?
There was a point where he was
Okay.
just a ball.
Okay,
and
now
he
I'm
had
just
no
remembering
legs.
like that the fucking when I found like
What is happening? in this
violent
spider?
crab deaths disturbing. That's just like people just cutting like crabs.
Yeah, those were so bizarre. I still don't know what to think about those. They're really bad, but like they're just so odd. Like
Yeah, it's just this video collection
keep going.
of like
Sorry.
people like killing or like just kind of putting their knife in crabs or like cutting crabs like faces off so that they can eat them. But like at like the very end of the video, there's just like this sped up video of like an entire crew of like scuba divers who just like are walking on the floor and they have like a knife in a bag, and like the person with the camera just goes up to this random crab, just starts cutting off its legs and tossing him in the bag, and just this video is sped up and
And
then
then
they just,
leaves
like,
the crab
left
behind.
the crab there
Oh.
with no legs.
It was like
What
it
the
it
fuck?
was so fucked up and weird, and it was like, why
Or-
would you do
it's
that?
just
It's
like just this random crab that they just like, at least from like where the video cut off, it seemed like they just left the crab just to sit there with no legs. Like they just
Yeah.
mugged the crab.
What
Like mugged the crab, stole their legs, and ran off.
I've-
Imagine being mugged and
I've-
your fucking legs are taken
your
off.
your legs are taken off, and you're just
Can't
left there
have
as a
shit.
torso.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
I'm glad we're living up to the podcast's namesake.
That's
I
that's
mean,
gonna
we'll get
happen
to
to
the
my
wholesome
persona,
part.
I think, in like one day.
Well,
No!
actually, we should be wrapping up. We should be wrapping up soon anyway.
Wrapping up like that cat is getting wrapped up into a blanket burrito.
Yes. So to really end the podcast, to make sure we stick to our name, do we have any wholesome things we want to say.
I just sent the link to extremely graphic killing crabs compilation. Warning: disturbing content.
I like how you paused for a second because you saw what was on. Because you saw what was on screen and you were like, "Oh God." Anything wholesome? Get 8 hours of sleep. I don't know.
Come.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Come.
That's not wholesome.
Okay, unless you're under 18, then don't come.
Well, are you supposed to?
Okay.
Are they supposed to like tie their cock up?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. We're not talking.
We're not talking about
to
child
enjoy the
chastity cages. We're moving on.
Just like tie a bow around it
Wholesome.
until like their piss makes them
wholesome.
explode.
We hope you enjoyed the episode. This is just the pilot. We're still getting stuff figured out and what we want to do. We hope you like it because something we want to do more in the future.
I like
definitely.
that we're just kind of
well,
boringly talking about sitcoms, and then Kyrbii joined, and then it went to insanity.
How did that happen? Yeah.
I don't know. I want to tell you, everyone, that
What
you
if they
are
aren't,
amazing
though?
people.
Oh, wait.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, what if I'm not?
Oh yeah,
I'm
No,
also
but you
saying
don't
this
know
to the
the
audience.
audience.
Thank you for being here. People here and the audience, I assume you're awesome. You should
Okay, have we explained
you
like
should
the
say
dynamic?
you're awesome if you're. Okay. So the dynamic of this episode, this series, we have 3 main hosts. Myself.
Well, explaining
Kyrbii,
this
and
at
Sidney.
the end of the fucking.
And then we'll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd already explained it because I wasn't here. Oh. Okay, that's fine.
And then every episode we're gonna change out some people. Maybe just us 3 if we don't have some of them. Like Des might be back next episode. Maybe he's not. We don't know. Punchy may be back at some point. For sure, they will be back.
No,
right?
I hated
right,
this
Des and
episode.
Punchy?
I'm never coming back.
I'm gonna be killed off after this one, don't worry.
By a falling dog.
No.
No, you're not gonna be that cared. You're a fan favorite.
Fan favorite. We don't even have
I don't know
any friends yet. You're just a big wire.
I've declared that you will be the ensemble dark horse. Ensemble dark horse.
Yeah, we also have other people that may be on as well. I really hope you enjoyed this episode.
The Wholesome Crew.
Of the Wholesome Crew. This might be really heavily. So like, this recording was kind of crazy. Like, it was all over the place. So it might be completely different than what we recorded it. But I still had a lot of fun doing it. But I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, you're gonna get like a 10-minute episode at the end and be like, "What the fuck? How much was cut down?"
Say, it is very, very relaxing to just record an episode without the pressure of, oh boy, I'm gonna have to edit this.
No, like I have to edit this, and now
I'll edit it with you too.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone watching. Tune in next week, whatever day of the week we decide doing this on. I'm thinking Tuesdays because I like the idea of Tuesday. Oh, I guess we all should say goodbye at this point. Des, can you say goodbye in the straightest way you can?
In the straightest way I can. What does that mean? Okay, I'm gonna emulate Anon. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Anonymous here.
Goodbye. Claire.
Should
say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Punchy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then Sidney. All right. Goodbye.